What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers. It is kettle day for reviews. Today I'm reviewing two different Weber models. So we have the base grade OG kettle, the Kettle Master Touch by Weber. And then we have the 22-inch kettle by Napoleon, and then the Pro Series by Napoleon. What the heck is the difference between these four grills? I'm gonna break it all down, let you know which one you should get. Let's roll. All right, so kettles are fairly basic machines. I've been saying machines a lot. I don't know, would you call these machines? No, they're not machines. I don't know why I keep saying that. They're pretty simple concepts. You basically have a lower bowl, an upper bowl, fill it up with charcoal, and you cook. So why are we breaking it down? Well, some come with different features. Of course, they're different price points. These are two of my favorite brands when it comes to kettle cooking. Weber, of course, is the OG in the kettle series. They sort of invented the kettle, which I'll talk about that in another video. But it's on their logo, everything. The whole concept's based around the kettle series. Now, both of these brands, though, have really not dabbled, they're full blown into gas grills. So I think gas grills is their bread and butter when it comes to both of these brands, but they do make a pretty cool kettle product. So let's go ahead and dive into it. By the way, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today, check out these products firsthand, or you could subscribe to our channel, check everything out on our website as well, hit all the buttons, everything. All right, let's start with the OG. This is the most basic kettle of the bunch. That being said, it's the most affordable. There's really not a lot to review here. So the cart, Chris, you put this cart together. What do you have to say about the cart?
Oh, it was a super easy setup. What's
Yeah,
it like?
because there's not much to it. It's pretty janky, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It is, but you're getting what you pay for. It's pretty affordable too. So the OG kettle, you can sort of hang the top there. This ash plate actually goes on the bottom down here, and that's how that installs. This looks like a weapon from like a WWE match. You hit someone over the head with that. No, just kidding, don't do that. So that sort of sets down here. Then you get the standard cooking grates, which are pretty light duty. And then your charcoal is gonna actually sit up on here to give you nice airflow. One of my favorite things about Weber is this agitator here. So this agitator does two things. One, it can close off airflow, but then it can also help dump your ash into the bottom, so you always have a super clean burn pot to create good airflow. So this is it. This is the tried and true. It's been out for 60, 70 years. They're coming out with something pretty cool I can't tell you guys about. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to find that out when it comes to the kettle. Oh, we need to do a scratch test, Chris, right?
Yeah.
What do we got around here that could do some damage? Pocket knife, all right. Let's scratch test this bad boy. Let's see. All right. That's sort of Weber's claim to fame, is that this porcelainized finish, enamel baked on finish, will always stay looking like it's really good shape, which to me is pretty cool. You're only spending 100 some bucks on a cooker. The fact that it's always gonna look new, it's pretty cool for a lower price barbecue or smoker. All right, let's move on to Napoleon. So Napoleon offers one grill that's a little more affordable than this in the kettle style. But this is a 22-inch kettle, so it's gonna be the same cooking space as the OG Weber. Let's just get out of the way. Should we test the scratch test right off the bat?
Yeah, I was wondering.
All right, if this goes south, who wants to buy one at a discount? You know where to find us. Look at that, Chris. I'll be a son of a gun.
Nothing.
Napoleon holds up pretty good too. So, enamel finish, just as good on the Napoleon. So same cooking diameter. Let's get under the, oh, you know what? Let's point this out real quick. So here's where we're gonna control our airflow, but we get a thermometer, so that's pretty handy. Let's see what kind of, if we get any sort of upgrades with the Napoleon. First of all, am I missing something, or there is not a good spot to set this? No, there's no way to get in there. Anyways, so there's one thing. Don't have a place to set that. Right off the bat, I'm a tall guy. I love how, this is the tallest of the bunch. I love how tall this thing is. It's definitely taller, so that's a little bit nicer. I do like the base a little bit better too. So this is on 2 wheels. So the base is a little bit more sturdier. This is actually gonna be more comparable to the other Weber we're gonna be reviewing, which is the Master Touch series. Let's get in here. So our cooking grates. What in the heck? Okay, so we got one solid cooking grate here, and then that folds open for your charcoal dump. So that's kind of cool. So get a couple cool features with the cooking grates. Again, pretty light duty though on the cooking grates. Then they sort of have this cool contraption for our airflow for our charcoal. So our charcoal is going to sit sort of right here on this, but no agitator. So there isn't really a good way to get your agitation on. All right, let's check out our ash bucket. I like this bucket a little bit better too. So the way our bucket's going to sit in here, there we go. So you just pull that out, dump your ash. So definitely a little beefier, a little more robust, but it's gonna be more expensive than the OG Weber. So that's sort of Napoleon's base grade 22-inch kettle. Okay, so this is gonna be the cheapest grill. Then this guy that we just reviewed, about 100 bucks more or so. So this Napoleon here and the Weber Master Touch, as of the time of this video, you guys know that pricing changes all the time. That's why I don't always talk about it. Identical price. So this is actually gonna be a really good comparison, the Master Touch versus that first Napoleon we did, because pricing is gonna be about the same. So starting with the cart, I still don't see a lot of upgrades with the cart. What about you, Chris?
Not really.
No.
The color's nice.
I'll get to that. Don't jump ahead of me, Chris. The casters are better. So the wheels are a little bit better than the base grade Weber. This is how I test wheels. You just kick them. They're about the same. Yeah. All right. So the cart, it's not doing a whole lot for me. Master Touch, we also get a thermometer. The one on the Napoleon is a little bit bigger, which is nice, but still perfectly functional. As Chris mentioned, colors. The Master Touch does come in a variety of colors, although if you do like a special edition color or like a Weber exclusive color, it costs you more money. So that is kind of cool though. The blue one is the same price, I believe. So that's kind of cool. You get color variations with the Weber. What do we do with that pocket knife? Oh, here we go. Now, we know the answer to this, but we better just test it, right?
Yep. People on YouTube like it.
Yeah, let's just test it. Get in here. Oh yeah, I'm just going to town. Nothing. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. All right. Hinge System. They have this cool little rolling hinge system. So your lid can sort of sit in here, but it is totally separate. So it does come all the way apart. You can see we cooked in this bad boy, but the cooking rack is a little more accessorized. We get a warming rack. Let's set that down, it's a little dirty. Then the sides open up for our charcoal, and then the inset actually comes out too, like if we want to do wok cooking or something. We have the same agitator in there as well, and then we have our ash bucket. You can see it's full of ash right now, but that sort of rests in there pretty nice. I think so. And then we just hit our agitator. Oh man, look at that. That's working pretty good. Let's see how much more full this bucket is after that. Oh yeah. Probably about a quarter full. This guy versus the Napoleon for the same price, it's a tough one. What do you think, Chris?
I don't know. I really like the Master Touch and how it has the lock thing.
Yeah, so I like the cooking grates better on the Weber. I like the agitator in the Weber. I like the multicolors better in the Weber. However, on the Napoleon, I think their cart's a little beefier, and I like that it sits up taller. But I'd have to go with the Master Touch just because of the features it gives you. So there you go. All right, now for another $100 more, we're still under the $500 price range, you can go to the Napoleon Pro Series. Now this is where we get into some upgrades. Now just for kicks, we better scratch test it, right? I think we know the answer by this point, right? I'm gonna get really pointy in there. Nothing. I'll be a son of a gun. That's pretty cool. All right. Now this, for $100, I do think you get some pretty good upgrades. It sits about, actually it's a little bit shorter than this guy, but you can see we have a stainless steel inset and we go to a full-blown hinge system at this point. Now what's kind of unique about Napoleon, Chris was getting weird putting this together. He's like, what the heck, I can't get this thing to line up. It's supposed to be this way, and I didn't know that either at first. It actually opens to the side. Now that's just to kind of keep your arm hairs from burning off. So you can kind of pop it open to the side and you're not really lifting it right above your cooking area. So I actually think that's pretty thoughtful little design here. Now, the biggest upgrade in this, and this is probably worth $100 alone, in my opinion, is we go to porcelainized cast cooking grates. So look at that. These are heavy duty. They're also come off. I just found that out right this second. Didn't know that. I was trying to lift it up. But they're very heavy duty. I mean, if you were to buy cast iron cooking grates to fit in this, you'd spend $100 on that upgrade anyway. So that's pretty cool. And because of our stainless steel inset, we have 3 tiers of height. So we can go all the way down. We have a middle tier, and then we have a top tier if we want to cook on the surface way away from our charcoal. Same design as our other Napoleon, no agitator or anything like that. And then we have our ash bucket on the bottom. Cart, they didn't really give us any upgrades on the cart, but hey, you know. This is exactly the same. So ash bucket's the same. So really, the money shot with this grill is the cooking grates and the fact that we can lower and higher how high we're cooking. This grill gives us more vertical space within the grill, so we're actually increasing the amount of space we have to cook with. Huge feature. And I actually like the hinge. I think the hinge is a little wonky, but I think a hinge is handy. Same with the Kamado Joe kettle. It's nice just to lift it up out of the way. Even though this does rest out of the way, it still kind of intrudes on our cooking space a little bit. This is completely out of the way, and you have to find a place to put it. All right, so that's the kettle series. So again, just to summarize, we have the OG, most base grade, basic Weber. I think if you're interested in this, you're literally just buying it to take it to the park. Just throw it in your truck. You don't care if it gets beat up, you know, whatever. It's not something you're gonna use that often. You just wanna use it once in a while, maybe go with this guy. I do think the upgrades you get with the Master Touch are very much worth it. And for me, the Master Touch versus the base grade Napoleon, you guys are always harping on me because I'm picking Napoleon stuff. I'm going Weber. Between these two, I'm going Weber. I like everything I said about it. I don't need to repeat it, but I will. Colors, I like the cooking grate system, and the agitator. Agitator is a big deal, I think. So that's the Master Touch. Now, the Napoleon Pro, like I mentioned, just the cooking grates alone are worth the extra $100. And then on top of that, we have the tiered system and then the hinge system on the lid. It's pretty handy. I do think this isn't gimmicky. Those upgrades are worth it. So this is my favorite out of the bunch, but of course, it's the most expensive out of the bunch. I think for value, I'd go with the Master Touch. If you want the best kettle between these, go with the Napoleon Pro. That's it. Stay tuned for more. We have more kettle videos, more charcoal videos. We have a charcoal versus gas versus pellet video coming. We have a whole truckload of grills that showed up. We have so many grill reviews to do. It's not even funny. Stay tuned for more.